Good morning, dear students. In previous classes, we have completed all the theory portion related to the accounting treatment, and in this term, we have learned a lot regarding the advantages, objective, and preparation of vouchers and different accounting terminologies of business. So, now today onwards, we will try for making the accounting records, and in this step, first of all, I'm starting a new chapter, that is the first step of accounting, that is accounting equation. So in this chapter we will learn to balance the accounting transactions. We will learn to show the effect of accounting transaction on the business. We will learn to balance the situation of owner equity and debt equity invested in the business, as well as the application of these equities. Here equity means capital. So before starting the chapter accounting equation, first of all we have to learn about the equation, as we have already studied in class 10th linear equation, quadratic equation, or chemical equation we have prepared. So while balancing the chemical equation or while preparing the chemical equation, so many times we often use to balance the both side, either it is introduced or it is produced. So in equation simply we can say LHS is equal to RHS, and both side must be equal. If both sides are not equal, then it is unequal equation. And as we know, what we are introducing, we will get the product according to the input. So in equation, both side must be equal. Here in accounting equation, both side also must be equal. So first of all, in accounting equation, I can say that this is the equation which signifies that the assets of the business are always equal to the total liabilities and capital of the business enterprise. It means how much funds have been introduced or raised by the business enterprise as liability or capital. The total value of liability and capital must be equal to the available amount of assets in the business. And this can be disclosed as assets is equal to liability plus capital. A is equal to L plus C, where A is equal to assets. Here you can see A is equal to assets, L is equal to liability, and C is equal to capital. So we can write A is equal to L plus C, or we can simply explain A is equal to not A, we can simply explain the term assets is equal to liability plus capital. Here liability means external liability. Here liabilities means external liabilities, external liabilities. Liabilities means external liabilities, and capital means the amount introduced by the owner in the business, and it does not mean only cash. Whatever assets either it is in the form of cash or in the form of goods or in the form of other materials which is useful for business enterprise, the value of total inputs by owner in the business is equal to capital. So if we are talking about capital, if we want to find the capital, then we can say capital is equal to total assets minus external liability. Or if we want to calculate liability, then in total assets, if we are going to deduct the amount of capital, we will find the amount of external liability. So therefore, in this case, while preparing accounting equation, fundamental relationship among the components of the balance sheet is known as accounting equation, because until or unless if there is no fundamental relation, if there is no relation among the components of the balance sheet, then it is quite impossible to make the equation balanced. So while making the equation, while preparing the accounting equation, we must have to establish a relation between the different components of balance sheet. Either it is related to assets, or it is related to liability, or it is related to capital. So before starting accounting question preparation, first of all we must have to observe nicely the different terms of the balance sheet, that is assets and liability. Here under the liability, all the liabilities are recorded. Either it is introduced by owner or it is borrowed from others. It means internal and external, both liabilities will be recorded over here. And now you can see that a chart is given over here. In this chart, you can see under the specimen of balance sheet, in the liability side, you can see creditor. Regarding the creditor, we have already discussed that the creditor means the person to whom we have purchased the goods on credit, or who has lent us money, or from whom we have borrowed some amount or goods. It means if we are going to purchase anything, if we are going to take money on credit, then the person will be known as creditor. It is a kind of liability for the business. Next is bills payable. It is the second phase of creditor. If the creditor who has lent us money is going to take a kind of bill from us as the guarantee for the payment or as the proof of the payment, that will be known as bills payable. Next is loan, bank loan. If we are going to borrow amount from the bank loan will also raise a kind of fund for the business, but it will be a kind of liability and it will be under the heading of external liability. So it will also increase the amount of capital in the business, and as we are taking loan from bank, it will ultimately increase for cash, because if we have sufficient amount of cash, if we have sufficient amount of fund, why do we need to borrow loan? If we are borrowing loan, it means surely we will have to buy some assets, like suppose that personal loan, home loan, car loan, if we are taking it. So while taking personal loan, while getting home loan, car loan, it means we are going to purchase car, we are going to purchase home, or we are going to make home. And as we know, if we are purchasing car or homes, these all are a kind of, or vehicles, other vehicles, these all are a kind of assets for us. So as we are taking loan, that loan will contribute to acquire the assets. Or if we are not going to acquire the assets, ultimately it will impact the amount of the bank, because bank is not going to provide the loan in jhola. It means bank will not ask the people to whom bank is going to lend the money that come with the bag and take your loan money. No, loan amount is directly going to be credited in his or her personal account. So if business is borrowing loan, then ultimately it will increase the bank account amount. So if the loan is increasing, bank account will also increase. If there is no assets, is going to be increased. Next is outstanding expenses. If expenses are outstanding, outstanding is equal to unpaid is equal to owing is equal to dues. So if we have any kind of outstanding, if we have any kind of owing, if we have any kind of dues, it is a kind of burden, it is a kind of charge for payment of that particular person. So therefore it is a kind of liability. Next is income received in advance. If the firm is receiving the amount as income from anyone in advance, then the firm will be liable to get the work done within the stipulated time, or the firm must have to perform that task for which the firm has received the advance money, or the firm has to return it. Next is bank overdraft. So bank overdraft means a kind of advance. Bank overdraft means if the business is getting excess amount, withdrawing excess amount from its deposit, or the minimum balance allowed amount, then it will be known as bank overdraft. Okay. Now reserve fund or general reserve. Next is reserve fund or general reserve. So it is also a kind of liability. It is the part of the profit which is kept by the business enterprise in the business for future. So dear students, now I think we have now we will talk about the internal source of liability or internal source of finance of the business. So here next is capital, and as I have already discussed regarding the capital, it means the amount or the property amount which is introduced by the proprietor of the business or owner of the business itself, that will create a kind of capital. And if the business is earning profit, ultimately it will increase the amount of capital. If the owner is going to introduce additional amount as capital, it will also increase the amount of capital, that's why it will be added. And if the interest on capital is allowed, it will also increase the amount of capital. After that, if any loss occurred, if any loss arise, it will decrease the amount of capital. And if the goods or the cash is withdrawn by the proprietor for their personal use, it will ultimately decrease the amount of capital. Now next is in asset side. Here you can see that in asset side, cash or cash in hand, it means available balance of cash. Next is bank or cash at bank, it means bank balances. Third is debtors. Debtors means if we are going to sell the goods on credit, or if we are going to provide credit to any other person of the business, then that person will be known as debtors, because in future that person will return the money for us, and it is a kind of assets for us. Next is bills receivable. It is the second phase of debtors, as I have already discussed in case of creditor, it is second phase of debtors. If we are giving some amount to anyone on credit, or if we are giving the goods, or if we are selling the goods on credit to anyone, and if we are receiving a kind of bill for the proof of the transaction, or for the assurity of the payment after a certain duration, then that document is known as bills receivable. It is also a kind of assets. Next is prepaid expense. It means if we are going to pay the expenses in advance. Suppose that if any worker is working in my industries or in my business, and if we are paying the amount of wages in advance, it is a kind of prepaid expenses. Now we are rightful to get our work done from that particular worker to whom we have paid the amount in advance. So prepaid expenses is a kind of assets. Now it is accrued income. If accrued income means income earned but not received, it means if we are going to receive the amount, if we are going to earn the amount of income but we are not receiving yet, it will be receivable in future. Suppose that I worked anywhere and the salary is estimated at rupees 10,000, and I worked for 2 months but still salary is unpaid. That unpaid salary which I have to receive, that will be known as accrued income. Next is investment. So investment is a kind of assets. Furniture, fixture and fittings, it is a kind of assets. Equipment, loose tools, patent, goodwill, trademark, copyright, these all are a kind of assets, and these all are a kind of intangible assets, as we have already discussed it in accounting terminologies under the heading of different kinds of assets, where we have discussed the assets or classify the assets on tangible and intangible basis. Next is plant and machinery, land and building, stock oblique inventory. These all are a kind of assets. If the organization is purchasing these assets, these will use the fund and create a kind of assets for the organization. And after preparation of the balance sheet, it is mandatory that the total of the both side must be equal. There should not be any kind of balance or difference in any side. Suppose that if liability is rupees 1 lakh, then assets must be rupees 1 lakh. Assets will not increase by rupees single or rupees 1, or the liabilities will not decrease by 1. So both side must be equal. If there is a balancing figure in both the side, while balancing it, while totaling it, it means accounting equation is not made properly, or the effect of the accounting equation is not shown properly. Due to imbalanced accounting equation, the both side will be imbalanced. So while preparing accounting equation, we must have to keep it in view that the effect of the transaction must be shown properly, so that the balance, so that the total of the both side must be equal. There should not be a balance of rupees 1 or more than. Next is, now as we have already discussed it, here is the explanation of the balance sheet is given, that it is, as I have explained the term in oral, now it is given in written, that at any point of time resources of business entity must be equal to the claims those who have financed these resources. The proprietor and outsider provide the resources of the business. As I have already told to you that the proprietor or the other outsider, if we are getting the fund, this will be a kind of resource for the business, and the claim of the proprietor will be known as capital, and and the fund given by the outsider will be known as liability. And after totaling the elements of liability and capital, the financial statement must be equal of the both side. And when we analyze, we actually try to know that how balance sheet is of a business entity gets affected. And in asset side, the balance sheet of the list of the assets where which the business entity owns. The liability side of the balance sheet is the list of owners claim and outsiders claim, that is what the business entity owes. The equality of the asset side and the liability side of the balance sheet is an undefinable fact, and this justify the name of accounting equation as balance sheet equation also. So dear students, now we have to keep it in mind while making the accounting equation that all the transactions must be recorded properly and all the effect of the transaction must be shown on the proper side so that there should not be any kind of balance. Thank you.